Want to learn Confluence from scratch? In this complete beginner-friendly Confluence tutorial, you'll learn everything you need to start documenting projects, collaborating with teams, managing knowledge, creating meeting notes, project documentations, product requirements, and much more. Whether you are a project manager, scrum master, business analyst, QA engineers, developers, product owners, or student, this video will help you to master Confluence with practical example. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to create spaces, create and edit pages, use templates, format professional documentations, creating tables, insert images and videos, link Jira issues, collaborate with teams, and use comments. We can even see the version history, search like a pro, permissions management, best practices, and many more things. If you're visiting this channel first times, feel free to hit like and subscribe the channel. And if you don't know about the Confluence, Jira, and Jira REST API, feel free to refer my other playlist. I've created more than 300 videos on Atlassian ecosystems, which will help you to understand each and everything in detail. Every video is coming with a different concepts, so don't skip a little part of this video, otherwise you might miss a very important topic. And don't forget to hit bell icon so that if I will upload a new video, it will get notified to you. To start with this, normally we are creating space. Space is the nothing but your projects or container where you're going to store each and everything like documentations, content, blog, and everything. Hi everyone, welcome to raigurukul.com. I'm Deepak Rai. If you have ever wondered how companies create professional documentations, maintain knowledge bases, write meeting notes, prepare project documentations, and collaborate with thousands of employees across the globe, then this video is exactly what you have been looking for. Today, we're going to learn Confluence completely from scratch. No prior experience is required. By the end of this video, you'll be able to confidently create documentations just like professionals working in multinational companies. So let's get started. Before we begin with, let's try to understand what is Confluence. Imagine joining a company where every document is scattered across Google Drive, emails, Word documentations, Excel sheets, PDFs, Slack messages. Finding a single document becomes a nightmare. This is exactly the problem Confluence solves. Confluence is a collections and knowledge management platform developed by Atlassian. Instead of storing informations everywhere, Confluence keeps everything in one centralized place. Think of it as a Wikipedia for your company. Every team can create, organize, and share knowledge efficiently. Companies using Confluence, thousands of organizations use Confluence, including software companies, banks, healthcare domain, telecommunications, manufacturing, government organizations, consulting firms, and startups. Why we can learn Confluence? Learning Confluence is a valuable skill because almost every software company uses it for documentations. You'll use it to create software requirement documentations, test plan, user stories, meeting minutes, knowledge base articles, API documentations, solutions design documentations, any technical documentations, release notes, project documentations, standard operating procedures, that is SOP, contracts, any training materials, which we can store it here. From the HR point of view, if you wanted to make employee onboarding guides, FAQs, architecture documents, business processes, product documentations. These all documents we can easily prepare it here. Whenever we'll create an account, let's start with the interface. On the left side, you'll find it out home sections where all the recent pages, spaces, steered pages, draft pages, blogs, calendars are available, apps as well. From top here, we always have global search where we can search any documentations from the Confluence. Here we can see notifications icon and this is profile icon. Along with this, we can easily see settings. This is giving us the flexibility to do administrations of Confluence account. Profile setting is nothing but we can change the themes, account settings, sending feedback, personal space, task, everything is available here. This is the main page where we can create a page or content and publish it. Now, this is a space. So think as space as a folder where you're going to store anything. If you wanted to create a space, we can add the space name as maybe I'm taking company ABC, where company ABC wanted to store every informations under this. We can choose any icon like based on the domains, or you can even find it out some other icons from here. Purpose of the space is collaboration. It will give me a flexibility to add pages, create articles or blogs. Even I can manage each and every documentation. Space access is default, and if you wanted to customize or change your space keys, you can do it from this. Click on next. It will ask you to enable these items. If nothing is enabled, get it enabled so that you can see these items available in your space. When I will click on create space, it will give me this wizards where I can see shortcuts, contents, and some of the by default templates are available. By using these templates, I will be able to create any items. If I wanted to add it, I will just click on edit, and here it is giving me flexibility to edit about company where I can define descriptions. Along with this, even I can add any fields from this page. Once I'm done, I will click on update and this will be updated successfully. We have options to share with any of our team members directly. If the team members are available within the organizations, I can directly search the name of the person whom I wanted to share. Attach it, click on giving the permissions like view permissions, edit permissions, or depending on the requirements, you can just provide them. When we'll select notify them, it will send a notifications to the end users. If you wanted to add any messages, add or define the message thread. If you wanted to just copy this link and share with the team members on messengers or emails, you can also do that. After selecting the team members, when we'll click on shares, this documentations will be shared with the selected team members. Post this, we have different options are available, which we'll definitely revisit again. When we are starting with this, I wanted to first create a page. Click on plus icon and search for the page name. I'm providing the page name or title. This is my first page. Consider this page as your Word documents. The way you're doing the formatting on in any documentations, you can also do it in Confluence page itself. So this is my title. Here I can add any details. I don't want to type anything from the templates. I will just click on this. It will get included in my page itself. Here we can see these are the simple details get added. After that, if I wanted to add headings, I can just click on insert, or maybe you can just type forward slash from the keyboards and you'll see different options are available. Consider I wanted to add table. I will just select tables, define rows and columns. Accordingly, this will get added. This is my header where I can add forward slash. If you wanted to embed any links or add any images, we can also do it inside the header. But I wanted to just keep it serial number, name, employee name, ID, contact number, or I can add locations. So this table is created for me where I can add any details from here. In table options, we have header row, columns, and rows. Even I can make it or change the background color of this tables. So as I mentioned, it's exactly seem like our documentations, how we are doing the updates or how we are modifying it. You can also do it. Even we can divide this columns based on the selections. You can do it. If you wanted to select anything, we can also do that by just selecting improve writing. If you have written anything or make it to shorter, this is actually AI is helping it. So before we talks about this, let's try to understand the basic and then we'll jump into this. I wanted to just add some text after this here. Maybe this is my statement. Now I wanted to make this bold. I will just do it by either clicking on Control B or by just selecting this and I will press on this. It will becomes a bold. Similarly, we can even use shortcuts or keyboard shortcuts for underlining or directly clicking on this. Even italic is also possible. So based on your selections, we can do whatever we wanted to perform. Exactly similar way, if I wanted to add some headings, I will just press enter, heading 4. So whatever text I will write, it will becomes in header 4, heading 4. Similar way, if I wanted to add heading 1, I will get all the headings which is available here. After that, if I wanted to change the text color, I can easily select this and from here, I will select either I can highlight the color or change the color itself. Whenever I will select this and make the changes, it will get updated. For this scenario, I wanted to make or change the background color. You can see this got highlighted. In the similar context, if I wanted to just change the background color of the cell, I can even do it. If I wanted to add any images, I will simply click on this and upload the file and I can attach any images what I wanted to include it here. This image will get included. If we want, we can add some comments. We can do resizing, inline or original sizing. We can do it anything. And whatever shortcut keys it is working into the Word documentations, it will also replicate same thing. We can even change the alignments, align right, left, center, or wrap text. Similar context, we can add alt text, resize, copy, or adding the links is also available. As we are talking about the technical documentations, if I wanted to add some code, I will just type code and here it is giving me flexibility to add code snippets as well. If I don't want, I can easily delete it as well. If I wanted to add any emojis, we can add any emojis which we are looking for. If we wanted to tag any team members, we can directly mention the team members by just adding @ and team member name. It will get included successfully. Suppose that if I want, I can just add code as well. So within this code, whatever text I will write, this is code text. It will get included in the code itself. If we want, we can add set of questions list as well. If I want to divide this entire page, I can just type divider and this will divide. You can see the divider has been included. Any task I wanted to add, task report from Jira, we can easily do it. But for that, we have to get integrations done in between Jira and Confluence, and that we can add it successfully. If I wanted to add as a date, we can add entire date here. It will give me a calendars and we can easily add it. We can even perform list operations or add bullet items. This is, or we can even add numbering. After that, I wanted to include numbers. We can even add task list, outdent, indent, everything we can perform it. Mention also here, emojis also here. If you wanted to change the layout, we can just shift the layout changes. So two columns layout, single column layout, or maybe left align single layout or right align single layout can be possible. And from here, we can add table. Either we can use forward slash and then include the items, or we can use the table itself. After that, if I wanted to include any links, I can easily do it. So whenever I will click on the links, it will navigate me to that page. And post this, we can easily publish it. The publications will be done within this projects and we can see this page has been created successfully. Post creating this, if you realize some items we forget or missed, we can even edit it. And post adding new items, we can easily save it or update it. So I added page header and it got updated successfully. We can see the page header is also available. After creating, we can see the creator name is available. When it was created, listen to this page. We have the options of audio hearing, adding any questions. But after that, if you realized we wanted to include some comments, we can add comment as well. Comment added. Like you wanted to verify who has did it. If you have any questions, we can even add those questions inside this. If we wanted to record a Loom video, we can easily do it. Here we have options. Watch setting. Those who have selected to watch this page, if any changes will be done, it will get notified to the user. So if you have selected as a watch, you will get a regular notifications. If you wanted to see the versions who has updated frequently on this documents, we can see it along with the timelines. When it got updated, what was the actual updates are there. We can even see it here. Even we can compare from the previous versions to the current versions. That is possible. When we'll go back, we can see other options like automations, advanced details where we can see storage formats. If we wanted to add any apps, we can include it. If we wanted to create a copy of it or make a duplicate of it, that can be possible. We can even move this page from one folder to the other folders, and we can convert this into live documentations or convert to folder or convert to block is possible. If you wanted to export into Word and PDF format, that can be also doable, where we can just click on convert. It will take few seconds, and after that we can see this documents will be downloaded for us into PDF versions and we'll have the PDF copy of it. This document is available in front of me in PDF versions. In the space, we can create folders like if we wanted to manage based on the departments like HR, IT, I will add one more operation. So if every department wanted to store their documentations into different folder, we can keep folder structuring where HR team will add their documents here itself. Like if HR team wanted to create any Y4Y analysis, They can just simply use the templates and get it added into their folder. When we have created these folders, based on the folder informations, we can add documentations. Any documents related to HRs will include inside the HR folder. The documents related with IT, we can add it here itself. Whenever we want to create a page, we have to select the folder and then add the documentations. Live documentations are documents where multiple team members are using it. Even we can add Loom videos, which we are doing regular meetings, like any challenges which our team is facing, we are resolving it or troubleshooting it, we can record this videos and it will automatically upload it here. If we wanted to create subfolders like year-wise subfolders, certifications can be also doable. We can add 2026. This will be created successfully. After that, if I wanted to add the folder on 2025, that can be also doable. It's easy to segregate any documentations in Confluence. It is a cloud repository where we have to save the informations on the regular basis. We discussed about creation of pages, but we can also add the blocks. Blocks are nothing but documents where team can use as a web page or articles. So consider we have created some development applications where I wanted to store the detailed step of the configurations. We can use it here. If we want, even we can add some templates or copy the links or add any documents related with it. In the block sections, if I wanted to add some headers, I can easily add it from here and then click on apply. This will be applied. In terms of status, we can add rough draft, in progress, ready to review, and verify can be doable. So it's more or less like a page itself, but blocks are nothing but where multiple contributors can get involved. And once we are done, we'll just make it to published. I wanted to add the block title. So I would add, this is my first block. After that, if I want to include some Jira work items, I will just move it to here, apply GQL, or maybe I can search from an instance. Maybe I will add insert result. So we can see here, if our Confluence and Jira is connected, we can see all the items which is listed inside my workspace or inside my instance. We can see it here. It's quickly and easily available. And after that, I will publish it, which will be visible under this. If I wanted to mark this as open, we can add it, else I'm adding inside the ABC space itself. From the comment sections, we can see the comments or we can add the comments as well. This is how we can create folder, page and blog. Apart from this, we also have some content where we can build a knowledge base. Companies are generally keeping all their documentations at one place. These documentations are accessible based on permissions, based on the requirements. If you're working into the IT teams and you're looking for the permissions of IT folders, you have to reach out to the IT administrator who is going to provide the access to you, where you can, based on your permissions, you can add, read, create, edit. You will be able to do it. Later, if we wanted to see some calendars or adding new calendars related to your projects or scope of works, we can even do it by just looking at it. This is how we can work into the Confluence. In terms of Confluence main pages, we also have other very good examples on Company Hub. Company Hub is nothing but giving the visibility of your entire Confluence, where we can use gadgets or sections from this, adding some titles where we wanted to build Company Hub for IT team, where we can include the IT team reference here. Whichever issues are occurring on the regular basis, if we want, we can add it in this gadgets. In the later part, if we wanted to add more number of gadgets like monitoring of production environments or monitoring of any specific environments, we can add it. So company hub is giving one place destinations where you can access the informations on worldwide. Similarly, if you wanted to create some presentations of sales departments or maybe review or audit review, we can also do it. Those who are having access of company hub, by looking at once, they will be able to understand each and everything in detail based on the informations what we have provided. Those who are the administrator of Confluence or Spaces, that person will be able to create it. Not everyone is able to create it, and once the creation is done, you have to just click on publish. This company hub will be published to everyone for review. We also have some administrations where we can mark this as a start space. Whenever you will open, or you can add as a favorite space. So whenever you will open, it will show you in first place. If you wanted to watch this space, you can just click on this, and whenever a new documents will be created or updated or added, you will get notifications of it. Any new changes happen to your space, you will get notified to you. We have the user administrations where we can add and remove the users. If someone is reaching out to you to grant the permissions of this workspace where they are looking for documentations to be accessed or to be created for their project requirements, we can add the people directly from here, where we have to add the email ID, and based on the rules or required permissions, we have to allocate it. In terms of viewer, the users, when we are assigning the viewer permissions, the user is able to just view. They won't be able to edit, update, or delete anything. Just straightforward view permissions will be applied. That users don't have the permissions of edit, updates, deletes, and creating new file. Collaborator, it means that portions can edit, but we can also restrict to the delete permissions here. Manager, where user who is having access to the managers can manage the people, content, but not speech settings. So administration is not allowed for this. Admin is having all the accesses where they can manage speech, manage user, adding and removing the users can be possible. So this is the way how we can add people and assign the respective roles, what is needed for them to work into this space. So this is a part of administrations which we can do it into the Confluence. Similarly, we can also build the automations. These all parts I've already covered in several videos. So feel free to refer Company Hub videos, adding users or automations into Confluence from Confluence playlist. This is the giving you an idea about the basic stuffs, how you can get started on Confluence and create some pages, dividing your documentations into the different folders as well as high level administrations control. But if you really wanted to learn Confluence from scratch, feel free to refer my Confluence playlist. I've created more than 30 videos. If you wanted to learn Atlassian ecosystems about Jira, their automations, API calls, I've also created different playlists for these contents. So feel free to refer and learn or enhance your learning journey. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, always feel free to add in the comment sections, but don't forget to hit like and subscribe button and pressing bell icon. So whenever I will upload a new video, you will get notified to it. So from these sections, we can create automations from scratch or using templates. So templates, it means some of the automations are already created by Atlassian team, and by using that, you can create solutions or automations. After that, we have space details, where after creating the space, we won't be able to modify much things, but for certain details, we can definitely update it, like the name. Space key is not possible to update it. owner, we can change it. So if I create it with my name and later I'm moving to some other organizations or departments where my access is no more needed or my permission is no more needed for the space. So I can allocate to some other users and make the administrator to that users. We also have analytics components, how teams are using, by when they are accessing the documentations, what could be a different permission schemes they can see when they are accessing more or doing later thing. So space analytics is giving a view on daily basis, monthly basis, weekly basis, or yearly basis, where views are updates and creates details can be clearly visible into this. Post this, we have different features on administrations where we can click on features to enable and disable any functionality which is visible in my space. If I don't want to include blocks in my space, I'll just toggle these buttons. So blocks will be removed completely where I won't be able to see block sections. Can you see blocks is removed from this wizard? So similarly, if I wanted to add or remove any of the components, I have to just go to general settings, features, and enable and disable this toggle button. That feature will be disabled permanently from the list. But later, if you wanted to enable it again, that can be also doable. Similarly, we can also do it with other features. We can hide any information which is available, which we don't want to use it to make it complicated. Archiving the space, it means we are moving or hiding the basic site navigations, removing clutter so that easier to find the most up-to-date relevant contents. If we wanted to archive any space, we can just click on archives and it will move into the archive space directory, which can be later deleted after 3 months. Whenever you want to make it to archive, you can do it. Sending to trash. Trash is actually if you wanted to delete any of your data or if you wanted to delete this space itself, we have to click on this to move your entire space into trash, and that will be visible for next 60 days where we can recover it within this 60 days time frame. But if you wanted to completely delete it immediately, so first you have to move this to trash, and from there you can clear the trash so that components never being submitted or never being admitted again. If you're deleting today, and this content will move into the trash folder, and tomorrow you realized I deleted a very important documents which you needed again, where you can restore it. So Atlassian is giving us 60 days of time frame where we can restore the deleted content from the trash. If we wanted to export the entire space, we can do it from here. All these sections are accessible through administration control. We are not allowed to use these without administration's wizard. If we wanted to export any of the space, we can export in PDF and CSV format. Where if you wanted to move your entire space from one instance to the other instance, we can do it. Or you wanted to create some backup, that can be also doable by this options. Here it is enabling users will view these pages in new editors, but they still stored a legacy until edited and published. So these auto converted pages will still appear in the report itself. We can add avatars or status from these sections where we can add the status of page. New status can be included by this color codes and including the name where new status will be added. Let me add one status. This new status will be added successfully with the color code. If we wanted to create a custom status, we can also allow it from this. So this is the page where we can add related content automatically generates suggestions. If we'll disable it, it will not suggest anything. This is a general setting. We also have space access related where anonymous access can be possible. We can allow the users to access the anonymously where without showing the name of the users, that user will exist. We can add public links if we want by using these options. That can be also disabled where we can disable it or toggle this button where once we'll do it, the public links are not allowed. Analytics permissions, there's no restrictions, but even we can restrict to the number of users whom we can give access to. In the content side, we can reorder the content, hide, undefine, adding the attachment size. So whenever we want to restrict the users with the attachments, we can also do it. Which all attachments we have, we can even see it. Consider if down the line our space got full and we are getting the message where your space has consumed too much space, because by default Atlassian is providing you to store 2 GB of documentation size. But later, if you wanted to extend it, definitely you have to pay and use it. But company don't want to invest on the space itself. So from here, we can remove bigger attachments which is not required or whichever is available from edges. We don't want or that might got outdated. In that case, we can remove it from here or we'll get idea from the attachment sections. Undefined section is giving you all the documents which is undefined. Whichever documents we have hide it, which we can see it here. Its items shown here have no connections to the other Confluence item because they don't have a parent items, have no incoming links. We can reorder by just dragging and dropping to these species and this can be visible. If we have added any restrictions to the specific groups or informations can be visible here. Inside the trash, as I said, if you have deleted anything that can be visible from here, we can remove it, any of the items and the archive data will be available into the space. We can customize look and feel of Confluence pages and space, like changing the themes, which all themes we wanted to add it, we can do it. Templates, which all templates are available in our Confluence space, we can do it. Layout, if you wanted to change the layout, like adding header and footer to any of the documentations, we can do it quickly from ABC header. Let me save it. And whenever I will go to my space and will try to create any new pages or content, I will see the header will be added by defaults. Publish. Post we publish, we can see ABC header and ABC footer. Sometimes companies are using it for the branding. Whenever they wanted to include header and footers, we can use it by default into the space settings, which is much easier rather than adding header and footer by manually. There's also create standard approach for all the documentations because not every team members are following the same ethics, and that's the main reason we can include or exclude header at any point of time. We also have the options to create any templates which is available. Layout sections. In the layout sections, we can show content densities where we can have standards and compact informations. Exporting the data into PDF format where we can add title, header, footer, PDF style sheets, everything we can define it. It will be under your control on each and every data or each and every informations. If we wanted to include some watermark on your documentations, so whenever we will export any documentations, there will be a watermark included. Maybe if we have some confidential documentation stored into the space and any of our team members who is trying to export it, they will see the watermark included into it. Let me add this center and click on save. Okay, this is available into the enterprise features or into the premium licenses. But as I mentioned, whatever watermark you want, you can include it and exclude it. Later, we also have integrations where we can do applications link, RSS feed, or Slack notifications. So this is all about Confluence, how we can create space, how we can create page, blog, folder, and doing administration stuff. So that's all from this video. If you have any questions, queries, feel free to add in the comment sections. And till now, if you have not subscribed this channel, feel free to hit like and subscribe button. I would love to see your topic name which you wanted to learn from me in next video. Let me know in comments. Based on your comments or popular topics, I will try to come up with new video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in next video.